Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. I pulled out, I'm doing it in my son's new tent. Um, I pulled some pre messages. I was having some malfunction with a new microphone I bought and it wasn't working out. Um, and the cards I pre pulled was self assured, conservative, and the trash took itself out. And then the Fool card flipped out during the pre shuffle, and Intuition just flipped out. So I'm going to try and put this all together. Um, so I'm getting the impression that there might have been a false start, false beginning on something. Ooh, what is going on there? Um, I don't want to say you were fooled, but you might have been, somebody may have portrayed themselves to be a certain way, or a deal was supposed to be a certain way, or you guys were going to pursue something in collaboration with somebody, or it could have been a relationship even. Something in your intuition, you didn't, I don't want to say it seemed too good to be true, but it was almost like you're having some intuitive hit that you didn't think it was what it was, but you're going along with it just because you felt inspired by the idea, or you felt good about it initially, or maybe you're excited, your excitedness. But it's almost, I'm getting the impression that it's almost like if this went sideways or something didn't work out the way that it was supposed to, let's say if you're going to partner up with somebody for something and it kind of fell through, this was to help you conserve your energy for something else that's wanting to come in. Because it's almost like you would have been preoccupied with this and you would have put all your energy into it, and then you wouldn't have had enough energy to pursue the thing that you are actually wanting to pursue. And it's almost like you're being reassured that if it wasn't meant for you, it didn't work out because it wasn't meant for you. Um, and it's almost like you're feeling it, you weren't quite trusting your intuition, and you're being asked to. So it's almost like going forward, I think you'll start following these intuitive hits or these intuitive feelings that you were getting about people. It could have been a woman, actually, a friend. It could have been a potential partner in a romantic sense or in business. Could even be a mother, relative of some sort. Because it's like one has her eyes open and one has her eyes closed looking away. So it's almost like you're taking a moment to decide if this really was, you're kind of reflecting on how things played out, and you're kind of come to the understanding that it probably wasn't meant for you. So it kind of just fell away all on its own. You didn't have to, and maybe that's part of the reason why it did, is maybe you have a hard time letting somebody know that you've changed your mind. So it's almost like if you told somebody you were going to do something and you changed your mind about it, you feel guilty. Maybe this is about guilt as well. Maybe you feel guilty changing your mind. It's like you don't want people to feel, you don't want to make them feel like you're letting them down, or you don't want people to feel that way about you. It's almost like you'd rather stick it out even through something that you kind of weren't really interested in, or you changed your mind and found out that you weren't interested in. It's almost discomfort. It's discomforting to you to do that. Speaking up for yourself, so the universe had to take it into their hands because they knew you weren't going to take action all on your own, maybe. That could be a message for somebody. Maybe that's something you need to kind of look into. Maybe it's from your childhood. You were guilted into doing things that you didn't want to do, but it was to serve others and not you, so to speak. So now you kind of, in your adult life, you have the same experiences replaying, but in different atmospheres, different experiences, people. But it's a theme that might be playing out in your life, going along with things that you don't even want to go along with, I guess. Okay, we'll keep going. One more for this. There it is. This definitely has to do with like partnerships and things that you're aligning yourself to. You might also be ultra independent. You might not like to ask for help. And I'm getting the impression that sometimes you don't tell people what you're doing because you don't want their opinions, or you might not tell people things because you might be ashamed or worry about how you're being perceived by the decisions you're making. So maybe that's, if there is guilt associated to the decisions you're making, you might be just being called to like look and see if these decisions are actually aligning with your truth. Because it's not really necessarily it's about other people, but it's almost like you know better and you know what's better for you, and the people around you know you best. So it's almost like you know and they know, and if you're out of alignment with yourself, they'll call you out. Maybe you don't like being called out either because you're really smart. People might tell you that, like, you're such a smart person, you have lots to offer, like, why would you do that? Kind of thing. If it's a relationship, or it's almost like if you're working for a business that you're not paid the wage that you're worthy of or deserving of, and you stay there, even if you're offered another job that's better paying, it's almost like you don't want to make them feel um, let down if you left. You are of value, but if you're not being compensated for your value, there is somebody else that will absolutely compensate you for your value. And on the bottom is the Four of Wands. So we have the Three of Wands, Four of Wands. So it's almost like um, you might be making decisions that are more in alignment. So if you're going to start aligning yourself with people, so with this shift or whatever ended unexpectedly or kind of fell away when you were trying to find a way out of it, and you were trying to figure it out, but then the universe just kind of did it for you, so you didn't have to do anything about it technically. Um, you might maybe very soon you might end up running into somebody or something that will help stabilize your foundation, because this is foundation and achievement. So it's almost like wherever you were gonna go, you wouldn't have been recognized in that direction anyway. So you might end up meeting somebody that lifts you up, so to speak. It could be a male as well, because I have pink and blue on this card. It could be a partnership, but it could be in business as well. Or you might be buying a home with somebody. Somebody might be talking about buying a home. They could have son, children. I'm getting the impression that you could have done it alone. You're able to do it all by yourself. So why is this important? Let's get some tarot. Why is this important? Yeah, so it's almost like, oh, no, okay. Judgment, yeah. The universe made a judgment call because you knew what the decision to make and the actions to take. You were trying to formulate the best actions to take so no one would get hurt, so to speak. So the universe just did it for you. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so it's almost like the people that, again, the Page of Cups is almost like, sometimes it can be an apology, but it's just a small token of appreciation. But it's also being communicated. So it's almost like you didn't get recognized, you didn't get praised or recognized for what you were doing. You're playing it small, I'm hearing. Playing it small. What's this? Three of Wands. Yeah, you don't see what's ahead. Again, it was almost like you liked the idea, it inspired you because it was kind of a direction you wanted to go. It was a direction you were like, so if you were looking for a relationship and somebody was offering you something, or you're already looking for a home and the person you were dating decided that they wanted to get a home too, so they suggested you get a home together maybe. It could be multiple things, or you're looking to get a new job. I just got the image of the interview part of the Step Brothers movie, where they were doing a double interview together. That was funny. I don't know why that is. Maybe you are gonna start something with a friend, but you couldn't see the forest through the trees. So like you were trying to have foresight, but you were, I don't want to say fantasizing, but it was almost like it was coming from a place, or maybe you were afraid of hurting this person's feelings, because with the Eight of Swords and the Three of Wands, it was almost like they were afraid to take that step on their own. So they were kind of trying to recruit you. Maybe they didn't have enough money, seeing how there's like Three of Pentacles. Maybe they wanted you to front the money for something, either for the house, for the startup of the business. Maybe they wanted you to pay for certain things. It might be financial. Or it could be status as well. Like somebody might have wanted to team up with you for like the look of the status of how it's, because it's almost like with the Page of Swords underneath that, they've been watching. Maybe you've been growing in some sort of way. Maybe you got a promotion at work. Or maybe you've been getting new friends, if this is like a friend or a lover or partner or something. It was almost like your life was starting to look balanced to them with the Four of Swords and behind the Page of Swords. Maybe this person actually like disrupts your peace. Or they may comment that you don't do enough. I don't know why I'm getting that. Could be a father figure. It definitely could be a male figure as well. Somebody that you don't speak about your passions or things that make you excited with. They might cut your ideas down too. This could be attack on your confidence, possibly. Or they might do this to kind of keep you from moving away from them. So maybe if you did go in a separate direction of this person, they might have been afraid that you wouldn't be friends with them anymore. You wouldn't see them much anymore. It's like you're carrying that victory flag with the Chariot on the bottom. And the Magician. Whatever you were manifesting or whatever you're planning to do before they had this team up idea with you, there was some sort of intention with the Devil underneath the Magician. I want to say manipulation, possibly. Or they wanted to keep you attached to them somehow, more like an option, not like a priority. Because he's got a key there, and he's not reaching for it. He looked away from it, so it's almost like this person could be somebody that does the bare minimum. And they're like, then they bring up the fact that they do the bare minimum, but you do more, possibly. Or you're the leader with the Chariot, and he's on the horse. It's almost like you lead. You always take charge, take lead of everything. And they're kind of along for the ride. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling of like with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, it's almost like you're feeling drained because you've given so much at this point. You have nothing left to give. It almost hurts you to give now because you know that your wells almost ran dry, so to speak. Yeah, you're being guided to rest. There's the Four of Swords again. Rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, because whatever's coming up with the Five of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles underneath that. So it's almost like whatever you're supposed to be resting and rejuvenating and healing from whatever this is. So it's almost like even if this was a relationship, you didn't know how to break up with them. Judgment was called because they weren't of your caliber. I get the last reading I did, it was talking about not dating people within to your caliber, so dating below your caliber, to your status, to whatever you're looking for, or whatever it is that you need in a partnership. It's almost like you've already overcame the challenges you need to overcome. You've learned all the lessons you need to learn. It's time to start investing in yourself and what's going to help you grow. But this is positive movement forward. But it's also Eight of Pentacles that's working. So it's almost like you're working at planting seeds, or you've already planted the seeds towards the thing that you've wanted to do. So you could have been putting money away for a house or to start a business, like a little nest egg or a startup for the startup of a business. You might have paid off debts as well. If you had debts from doing something, you may have got the debts paid off. Now, with the Two of Wands coming out on top there, I'm getting the impression it's almost like you're contemplating going for a second round. I don't know what this means, but I'm getting the impression it's just like you're flirting with the idea of going back into this again. So if it's ended and somebody's trying to talk you back into going back with them, because you got the world in your hands, now you can kind of, but you see how one of these pillars are like plated to the wall. It's almost like that past path you went down, it's not going to go any farther than what it was. So I don't know where it ended and what challenge. There was obviously a break in communication, break in passion. Like you guys might have lost attraction for each other, either based on like physical, intellectual. There might have been fighting again with the Five of Wands. Like that could be fighting as well. You might have started having different goals, so you were just kind of coexisting together. It wasn't really a relationship, or it wasn't really, this was a business partnership. Like you weren't really talking about the business and the goals and maybe like the stats and stuff. So you guys weren't even on the same page anyway. So there could have been a change in finances. But it's almost like maybe there needs to be, like, if there was a talk of like buying each other out for the business, maybe buying somebody out on their half. But it's almost like there's something else waiting for you. But you've been flirting with the idea of going back to this, is what I'm getting. Something you're not speaking about. Again, when I brought up the fact that you might not tell people your plans or what you're doing, because maybe that's what it is. If you had a breakup with somebody, you might not tell people that you've gotten back together, you plan on getting back together. Because you might be worried about what they'll say, or they've already said something, or they might not like the person that you're in business with, or the person you're partnered up with, or the job that you work, like your boss, whatever it may be. What else is going on here? What else do we need to know about this deal? You've been in the Hangman. Yeah. With the Five of Cups, Hangman and the Five of Cups, I'm just getting the impression it's just like you've been hanging on by a thread anyway. This might have been third go around. And there might be somebody else that's shown interest in either partnering with you romantically. It could be business-wise, or it could be somebody that could be financially offering to help you. And they've been waiting on the wayside. Or you don't know what you want, and that's why. But you're crying over spilt milk, I guess. I'm not trying to, like I said, downplay your emotions or disregard them. But if you're being hurt and you're continuing to stay with somebody or in something that's hurting you, it's kind of like a self-masochist thing. It's like you haven't digested the pain yet. But it could just be, again, it's just withdrawal of energy. Why? Why this Hangman? Five of Cups. Why the Hangman? Five of Cups. Definitely has to do with money. There was definitely somebody that has invested more into something than the other with the Page of Pentacles. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, like he's already doing the work, done the work, and this other one's just holding the pentacle, and he's like, oh, so how'd you get 7? I have this one. Shouldn't I have 7 too? Or if we put these together, it'll be 8 pentacles, but you're doing, 70. You're doing majority of the work. They're only contributing 1 pentacle, and you've got 7. And it's almost like they're trying to make it look like it's a 10 of pentacles together, like a legacy built together, but it's basically built on your back or in your finances. Somebody might be using you for finances, financial gain, luxurious things. It could be Venusian things, so it could be assets. It could be like conveniences, like vehicles, boats, four-wheelers. It could be a lifestyle that you're providing, and that's why they're attached to you. There's definitely hidden motives here. What's underneath that? It's almost like they're doing it for self-fulfillment. So it's like they can still hold back that 1 pentacle. Like you've got so this is what I'm saying. You got the 7 pentacles built up, and you've done the work to kind of bring it all together. And this person still hasn't thrown in their pentacle. But it's just like they've got to hold on to that pentacle. So it could be somebody like stashing money. Maybe you're both trying to exit the same thing. Maybe both of you want out and you just don't realize it. One's planning for it, one's not. Either way, this looks like it's about Pentacles. There's like hidden secrets as well. Somebody might be secretly stashing money, like I said. Or they might be making secret money. I don't know. Does somebody have like a side gig that they might be doing? Maybe something that's a little risque or could be judged in a way that's not moral or something. I don't know. Or ethical. Somebody's trying to do something. I just saw the Emperor. Somebody's trying to build an empire for sure. And one person's just trying to ride on the coattails, I think. Yeah, there definitely could be a legal proceeding coming up or something in regards to like contracts, business. I'm getting the oppression. One more for that. Somebody might have entered this with the intention of it not being long term, I guess. And it's like it ended up being a lot longer than they thought. It was almost like, yeah, I'm not going to make a decision yet because I'm not ready, but I'll still have fun. And then I'll let them decide that they've had enough. Maybe this is somebody like breadcrumbing or knowing that whatever they're offering isn't enough or it's not the right person for them, and they're just kind of staying in it because it's like helps them pay their rent. Helps them live the life that they want to have, because this is Libra energy. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, and that's luxury and stuff like that. Conveniences, cars. So it definitely could have to do with like just a cohabitation that's really based on somebody might have wanted somebody to ask them to marry them. I don't know why I'm getting that. They were hoping that they would ask them to marry them, and they haven't, and it's been quite a while. Could have been 6 years. Maybe at 6 years this will end. Yeah, I just saw Hangman hanging on. The water's all muddy, so somebody might say that they haven't proposed because they don't want to get married. They want to be in a relationship, but they don't want to get married. But that's not the truth. Somebody might have compromised. Even though they want to get married, they want other things. May have wanted kids as well. Or somebody didn't want kids. They said that they may want kids. But then they changed their mind after you've been in the relationship for a while. They said they didn't want kids. There might have been a loss. I'm seeing the heart on her tummy. There might have been a miscarriage. I'm sorry to hear that. That's always hard to go through. Maybe that's what kind of miscarriage, or maybe had the opposite of that situation, and then it caused issues in the relationship. Maybe that's where somebody had enough. They didn't feel supported while they were going through that. It's already at 23 minutes. Wow, time flies. So anyway, something took place where, yeah, 6 of Cups. It's almost like you thought you could build, so that whatever this relationship was, there might have been in the past, there might have been something that you saw, or maybe you've known them for a really long time, and the old version of them that you remember is someone you could have, or you thought you could have built with, and then you found out that they weren't who they were, or who they grew into becoming, or who they became, was the opposite of what you were looking for, or the direction you were looking for. You guys are just on different paths, directions. Why conserving? Let's kind of go. Let's jump ahead here. What's with this conserving? What are we conserving for? I am getting in. Yeah. Okay. So there might have been. I'm getting like rumors. There might have been somebody that had told you that somebody liked you, or somebody had told you that somebody became single, or somebody wanted to date you. Like, it's kind of like it feels like a high school type thing, but like there's a lot of adult women and adult people that still act like teenagers and conduct themselves in such a way, in an immature way. Um, why the moon? I'm getting inheritance. I don't know why I'm getting that. Inheritance from a father or a paternal line. Somebody on the father's side. Could be you or this other person you're dealing with. Or there was like secrets about a mother, too. Secrets about a mother coming out. Or the mother's storyline here. And having to do with money. Money related to the mother. Why? Why? Hmm. Yeah, it was almost like I'm getting the impression that there's some sort of attachment to the mother. So there might be an attachment to the mother's story. And it was almost like the emotions. It's almost like there's something hidden about the mother that this person doesn't know or made up. Because if you look at this moon card, like she's in this like swampy water with these little skeletons coming up. So it gives me the impression of like skeletons in the closet. So it's like something, and then like the Queen of Cups is Cancer energy, so that's mother energy as well. Fourth house, so it's in the childhood home. So it's almost like there's secrets of the childhood home that aren't being spoke about or weren't came forth with. So it's almost like bringing something up from the childhood home could attach them to a story or something that else that happened. I don't know why I'm getting this, but it definitely has to do with money. It'd be the death of me. It's almost like she'd rather die than let somebody know something that happened, but it was in childhood and it was related to the home and the mother. The mother's hidden secrets, hidden motives. The mother's skeletons in the closet. This could be like a whole lineage of stuff. Like this, again, like she's nude here. Maybe there was some sort of victimization that had taken place as well. Why are we getting this information? It's almost like the father was busy working and the mother was the only one at home, so something that the father wasn't aware of. And that's why this female is the way she is, because it's kind of connected to the mother. Trickery, theft, deception, Seven of Swords. So again, if there's like a secret being held, there's a reason for it. Because it's almost like nobody would accept them, or they're afraid of like how they're going to be seen if they shared their truth. It would actually help them heal whatever had taken place in the childhood home. What else? So this could have prevented you from being part of some sort of complicated thing again. Maybe this person, if this is a partnership, this person might have a history of being unfaithful, possibly. They act out of passion, so it's not like if they did cheat on past partners, it's not because they loved the person or wanted to be with that person. It was just out of like primal instinct, sexual desire. That has to do with them being detached, maybe never actually being in love before. They've never actually had a successful relationship, or in the past, the relationship they thought would be successful, it ended in an unfortunate way. They refused to look at the issues in the relationship and it ended. So they're kind of hung up on this past person, like the event connected to the past person, maybe not the past person themselves. But it was almost like it could have been one of those scenarios where the one that got away kind of thing. So it's almost like maybe these issues, childhood issues connected to the mother and the father always being home and not aware of what's going on because he's working. There could have been trickery, theft, deception, lies kind of that took place. And it's almost like it was a learned behavior. So whatever trash took itself out, is almost like you're being spared to conserve your energy for something better that you didn't know was coming in. I'm guessing. Why is my nose itchy? Somebody's not liking to hear this. Anyway, so I'm gonna close this up. Okay. Anyway, sorry. All right, let's get some advice. Why is this? Ancient healing wisdom, shaman movement. So it's almost like you're being moved through this, like really quickly. It's almost like they want you to be more self-assured, that they don't want you to go back into old cycles. Or it's almost like they want you to be more conservative with even your energy, what you're putting into other people. Be discerning with your energy. The river. Okay, so with a river or any kind of body of water, it never touches the same place twice, right? It's continually moving. So it's almost like if you've already went through that cycle, you've already went through that experience. So if this kind of connects back to going back for another round in a relationship or whatever, it's almost like you're just going to be kind of bringing up old stuff that you've already dealt with that you don't really necessarily need to be doing anymore. There's something else for you to learn. There's healthier, and like again, like when water's moving through earth, it filters it, right? So it's almost like everything's being filtered out. You need to reassure yourself that yes, this is the right direction. You might be somebody that also second guesses your decisions. This could stem from parents always making decisions for you, not allowing you to make decisions, not giving you options, I guess, either. So you're not really confident when you make decisions. You lack the confidence to make the right decision. Or if you made a decision and you got in trouble for it, you might be afraid of making the right decision because of the consequences. You might have had extreme consequences to decisions that didn't need to be extreme. Could have just been a conversation instead of an ass kicking, I guess. The river never touching the same. It's like you have the wisdom and you know